You're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on possessive pronouns. All right. So we said this is possessive pronouns, and we said that with our possessive pronouns, before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password. Once you've logged on to A Plus Students with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts. Grade 2. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to possessive nouns. All right. So our chapter is possessive pronouns. Our subject is English language arts. Grade 2. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on is to identify possessive pronouns, and we're also going to use pronouns. All right. So when it comes to a possessive pronoun, right? A possessive pronoun, it takes the place of a possessive noun, right? So possessive pronouns, it takes the place of a possessive noun. And we see the possessive noun, it also shows who or what owns something or who has something, right? So it shows who or what owns something or who or what has something. But now, instead of, for example, saying, instead of just saying, for example, your name, right? So instead of just saying your name and saying that Jack owns, it is Jack's, it is Anna's, it is Ali's, it is whoever's, right? We now need to put the pronoun. And remember the pronoun, it takes the place of a noun, right? So pronouns are words like yours, hers, theirs, his, um, ours, right? That is, for example, our pronouns. So a possessive pronoun, right? It shows who or it shows what owns something or who or what has something. So we say that a possessive pronoun, right? They show who or what owns something or who has something, right? All right. And like I say, it can be it is your bag, my bag, it is mine, it is yours, right? Those can be our possessive pronouns. And we're going to find out more about that by going to aplusstudents.ca. So we're going to identify possessive pronouns, right? And once again, it says possessive pronouns. It says possessive pronouns, right? It takes the place of a possessive noun, right? They either show who or they show what owns something or has something. So it shows who or what owns something or it shows who or what has something. For example, if we show the examples of what possessive pronouns are, possessive pronouns, it's saying it is my, it's your, his, her, it's our, and they. These are possessive pronouns, right? So it's like saying, um, this is my, this is my phone, right? So which means that the word my is a possessive pronoun, right? Because it shows it's mine, right? It's my phone, it's my bag, it's my necklace, it's my headband, it's my ball, right? If something belongs to someone, right? Let's say that's a boy, then we can say it is his ball, right? It's not your ball, but it's his ball. And his can be that it belongs to Jack or it belongs to Seth or it belongs to Samuel, for example. Now, Seth Samuel is a boy, so we say it is his ball, right? If the doll belongs to Anna or Winnie, right, then we can say it is her doll. So instead of saying it is Winnie's doll, we can say it is her doll. All right? My um my laptop is slow. For example, my laptop is freezing. Whose laptop is it? It's my laptop. Instead of saying Miss Nadine's laptop or Nadine's laptop, right? So basically, these are now things that are a chose position, right? And it not just shows position of a noun, but it shows positions of a pronoun. So instead of saying the names of the persons, of the people, we're showing the names of the that's let's say of the pronouns. And we see the pronoun, it takes the place of a noun, right? All right, so now if we look at this activity over here, it says, Dad carries my bag to the car. Dad carries my bag to the car. We need to now select the possessive pronoun within that sentence. Dad carries my bag to the car. What is the possessive pronoun within that sentence? When did we do this? Did we do it recently? Did we do it? When did we do this? Remember, we have a set of chapters that we do, right? These are live classes, so by the time it gets to the end, we start again from the top because there's new students that comes all the time. If we did it now recently, then I'm not aware of that. But if we did it, let's say a few months ago or 2 months ago or so on, then we are now basically to a point where we are now repeating, not repeating, but we are coming back to the top of all of our chapters. All right. Yeah, we need to look at this sentence. It says, Dad carries my bag to the car. We need to look at the sentence and we need to select the possessive pronoun. Dad carries my bag to the car. So we need to look at this sentence over here. And then we need to select the possessive pronoun. Dad carries my bag to the car. Is it dad? Is it carries my bag to the, or is it car? And we said possessive pronouns are words like my, your, his, her, its, our, and their. Those are possessive pronouns. So we need to select the pronoun, right? And if we select the possessive pronoun, then we can say it is my. So my is our possessive pronoun. It says Dad carries my bag to the car, right? It shows that it belongs to, you, who is my, me, right? So it shows someone who owns something or who has something. So it is my, right? So my is correct. So well done. My is our possessive pronoun. Is our lunch ready yet? So is our lunch ready yet? So is our lunch ready yet? We need to select the possessive pronoun within that sentence. Is our lunch ready yet? We need to select the possessive pronoun. Is our lunch ready yet? So is our lunch ready yet? We need to select the possessive pronoun within that sentence. This is not possessive nouns, this is possessive pronouns. We have possessive nouns and we have possessive pronouns. I said earlier on that the possessive pronouns, it takes the place of a possessive noun, right? And then I also mentioned that a possessive pronoun or possessive noun, it's like, for example, saying if your name is, for example, Winnie, right? Then we say it is Winnie's doll, right? Or it is Jack's ball, or it is Anna's watch. So that is possessive nouns. It shows the person's name by adding the apostrophe S to show also who or what owns something, right? Or has something. But a possessive pronoun, it takes the place of a possessive noun. So it takes the place of Winnie or Jack or Anna, right? So it takes the place of the person's name, the actual name, or it takes the place of that noun. And instead of, for example, putting the person's name, we put a pronoun, which is words such as like my or your, his, her, it's, our, or they. So if we want to say it is Winnie's doll, then we say it is her doll. If we want to say it's Jack's ball, then we say it is his ball, right? If we want to say it is Winnie and Jack's, then we say it is their something that belongs to them. If I want to say that it belongs to me and it belongs to Anna, then I can say it is our watch, for example, right? So this is now possessive pronouns. Instead of using the name, the actual noun, right, we are now using words like my, your, his, her, it's, our, and they. And these are possessive pronouns. And that is why the possessive pronouns, it takes the place of a possessive noun. So in our previous lessons, we would probably have done possessive nouns, but now we're doing possessive pronouns. So both shows possessions, both shows who or what owns something or has something, but possessive nouns will show the name of the person by adding the apostrophe S to indicate that it belongs to you as a person. But a possessive pronoun is, instead of us saying the person's name, we use the pronouns such as my, your, his, her, its, our, and they. Be funks, to be honest, if it is not fun, then I don't think you should really, it's not nice to say that on here. I honestly just not told you the difference between the possessive nouns and the possessive pronouns. I literally just made an example now of the difference between a possessive noun and a possessive pronoun. I just now did that. So there are new students here. So let us not make the lesson unpleasant for them, please. Right? Because remember that some of the new students, they haven't heard this yet. So thank you. Ne? The reason why you're not getting it is because you are telling yourself that you did this and this is not fun, and now you are blocking out anything from hearing me. That is why you're not getting it. So let us just listen to what I'm saying, and then at the end of the lesson, you will be able to say that, okay, you still don't know, or you will have an idea of what a possessive noun or the difference between a possessive noun and a pronoun is. So let us just give the other students an opportunity to have the opportunity for me to explain what possessive pronouns are, please. All right, can I continue? Okay. Okay, so once again, right, we are doing possessive pronouns, right? And pronouns are words that takes the place of a noun, right? So nouns are, for example, where we would, like, for example, say your name, right? Anna, we say Winnie, we say Jack, we say Seth, we say Samuel, right? So if you, for example, so possessive noun, right? A possessive noun, right? It shows who owns or who owns something, right? Or who has something, right? So own something or has something. And like I said, it can be the person's name with an apostrophe in S. But now when it comes to possessive pronouns, which is the lesson for today, it takes the place of the possessive pronoun, the possessive noun. So instead of saying the person's name, we can say that we can use words like my, your, his, her, its, our, and their to show the position, right? To show who or what owns something or has something, right? So, yes, so like in this sentence, it says, is our lunch ready yet? So, we now need to select the possessive pronoun to show who it belongs to, right? And our, yes, is correct because now it shows that is our lunch ready yet? Who does the lunch belong to? The lunch belongs. It's our lunch, right? It's our lunch. It shows something that we have, we own, right? So it is our lunch ready. So the word our is a pronoun, right? It is a pronoun, a possessive pronoun, right? So our is correct. Okay, the next one says we need to select the possessive pronoun. Mitch eats his lunch with Eric. Mitch eats his lunch with Eric. What is the possessive pronoun within the sentence? Mitch eats his lunch with Eric. Who does this lunch belong to? So Mitch eats his lunch with Eric. And remember, our possessive pronouns are words like my, your, his, her, its, our, and they. These are possessive pronouns. So now it says Mitch eats his lunch with Eric. The word that takes the place of Mitch. So Mitch is a boy, right? Mitch is a boy. But now we don't want to know Mitch's name. We need to say whose lunch is being eaten or whose lunch it is. Who's he eating with? So Mitch eats his lunch with Eric. So we need to select the possessive pronoun. Mitch eats his lunch with Eric. And if we select the possessive pronoun, then yes, his is our possessive pronoun. So well done. His is correct. All right, so now let's go to our test, right? Let's go to our test where we're going to identify possessive pronouns, right? It says, the boys will sleep in your tent, right? So the boys will sleep in your tent. We now need to select the possessive pronoun within that sentence. Is will our possessive pronoun or your our possessive pronouns? Instead of saying the boys will sleep in Anna's tent, we are now saying the boys will sleep in your tent, referring to Anna, right? Possessive pronoun. It is the word that would refer to somebody. The word that would refer to somebody. Either his, her, your, ours, its, theirs, my. Those are possessive pronouns. So look again in that sentence. It says the boys will sleep in your tent. Remember, there's not his. Yes, well done. So the boys will sleep in your tent. Remember, if I say, for example, the boys is going to sleep in Miss Cotto's tent, right? Then they're saying it's either my tent or your tent or her tent, right? So that is the words like yours, mine, theirs, ours, his, hers. So if we were to select the possessive pronoun, then your is our possessive pronoun because it says the boys will sleep in your tent. Your can refer to saying it's going to be Jack's tent or Jake's tent, right? Or Miss Cotto's tent. But now somebody's saying, or it's like they're telling me or telling the next person that it's going to be in your tent. So instead of saying the person's name, we say it's in your tent, right? So your is correct. So well done. Remember, possessive pronouns are words like your, hers or her, his, theirs, ours, right? Those are possessive pronouns. Wendy found her cat in the yard. Wendy found her cat in the yard. We need to select the possessive pronoun. Is it found or her? Remember, possessive pronoun, it shows who it belongs to, who or what owns something, or who or what has something. Is it found or her? We found her cat. Who does the cat belong to? We found her cat in the yard. So Wendy found her cat in the yard. All right, then if we select the possessive pronoun and then we're going to say it is her, right? It's her. So Wendy found her cat in the yard. So her, it belongs to Wendy, right? Well done. Her is correct. The dog wags its tail. The dog wags its tail. Remember, when it comes to dogs, we don't say his or her tail, right? And one of the, remember once again, possessive nouns or possessive pronouns are words like your, my, his, her, its, our, their, right? So it says the dog wags its tail. Remember, the dog is a noun. You need to select the pronoun. It's the place that takes, it's the word that takes the place of the word dog. So dog is a noun, but now we need to select the pronoun, the word that takes the place of the noun. The dog wags its tail. So if we select our possessive pronoun, right, then we're going to say the dog wags its tail, right? So when it comes to dogs, right, or identifying things, and we will say its, right, instead of saying it is his or her, right? So the dog wags its tail. It's the dog's tail that is being wagged, right? So its is our possessive pronoun. Guys, so once again, possessive pronouns, right? It takes the place of a noun, right? Nouns are people, places, animals, or things, right? So instead of saying dogs, cats, we say words like it's. Instead of saying the person's name, Wendy, saying Winnie, saying Anna, saying Seth, saying Samuel, we can either say his or we say her or your, my, our, or their, right? Those are possessive pronouns. We are making mention of the pronouns, not the nouns, right? So you're not going to make mention of Emily, but you're going to say her. You're not going to make mention of Samuel, but you're going to say his, right? So it is correct. All right, here it says that rope belongs to Emily. So if the rope belongs to Emily, do we say it is my rope? Do we say it is your rope, his rope, her rope, its, ours, or their? To show that it belongs to Emily. If something belongs to Emily, do we say it is his or her rope? Something belongs to Emily. Emily is a girl. So it says that rope belongs to Emily. So do we say it is? So we're not going to say it is Emily's rope. We need to put the we need to say we need to put the pronoun in the place of the word Emily. So Emily is a girl. Do we say it is his rope or do we say it is her rope? What are we going to say? It is his rope or her rope, which refer to Emily's rope. All right. So we will then say it is her rope, right? So if it belongs to Emily, then we can say it is her. Oopsie. It is her rope. So it's her rope. All right. That house belongs to her, right? So if that house belongs to her, then we can say it is her house, right? So if that house belongs to her, then we say it is her house. We're not going to mention somebody's name. We will just say it is her house because the house belongs to her. If the house belongs to him, then we can say it is his house. The house belongs to me, then I can say it is my house, right? That barn belongs to Lisa. Lisa's a girl. So we can say it is her barn. So the barn belongs to Lisa, who's a girl. So we say it is her barn. Right? So that is possessive pronouns, right? It takes the place of the noun. It takes the place of the noun. It's like saying he's, her, it's, their, our, my, your, right? Those are possessive pronouns. It takes the place of the possessive noun. And it either shows who owns something or it shows who has something, right? All right, let's go to our test. All right, it says that radio belongs to you. That radio belongs to you. If we say that that radio belongs to you, do we say it is your radio or do we say it is you radio? If we say that radio belongs to you, do we say it is your radio or do we say it is you radio? All right. Yes. So if we choose the correct possessive pronoun, if that radio belongs to you, then we say it is your radio, right? It is your radio. So well done. Your is correct. Those balls belong to the students. Students is more than one person, right? They are. Do we say they are their balls or its balls? They are their balls, which is the students, or they are its balls. So those balls belong to the students, right? They are their balls or its balls. We are referring to the students. Their or its. All right. And if we choose the correct one, we will say it is there. Yes, well done. There is correct, right? It belongs to there. It's there, which means that it belongs to the student. So there. That television belongs to him. That television belongs to him, right? Who's a boy. Do we say it is his television or do we say it is her television? It belongs to him, a boy, right? Do we say it is his television or her television? So that television belongs to him. It is his television or her television. All right, so we can say it is his television. If it belongs to him, then it is his. Well done. Next to the last one. That car belonged to Mrs. Tang. Mrs. Tang is a female, right? It's a girl. So that car belongs to Mrs. Tang. Do we say it is her car? Or do we say it is his car? That car belongs to Mrs. Tang, who's a female, a girl. Do we say it is her car or his car? All right. So if we choose the correct possessive pronoun, we will say it is her car. So well done. Well done. All right. So this is now the end of our lesson, right, on possessive pronouns. We see possessive pronouns, it takes the place of possessive nouns, right? And it shows who owns something, who has something, right? Basically shows ownership, shows possession, right? And instead of putting the person's actual name, we can say possessive pronouns or words like his, her, theirs, its, my, your, right? So my, and those are possessive pronouns. And like I said, it takes the place of the possessive noun. All right. So thank you very much, Grade Twos, for joining our class. Till next time, have a good evening further. Goodbye.